but I see you from the top, yeah, real tuned. Looking down on the haters that I've been through. Told them I'll see you later, yeah, big truth. I keep a real good pace. Built a big house, damn, look at that place. Up in my mind, cause that's my space. House so big, full of positive things. And I can't be shook, cause I ain't no rook, man, I wrote the book.
Woo! Welcome back to another episode of the Monsters of the Gridiron podcast. 3 in a row, baby. We're on a win streak. It's another victory week for us and our Bears, man. Caleb showed off. We got a lot to talk about, but before we do, I'm going to let everybody say what's up. Say what's up, my guy from across the pond, Terry Spain. What's up, baby?
Hello, mate. Man, look, I got my accent back, so I'm back to America now, so I'm good to go. But look, I'm going to tell you right now, absolute blast in London. Absolute blast.
And live across the border, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm so happy that 1, we're 4-2, gents. 2, the team is playing at a level that we all expected. Let's be honest. Like good teams beat bad teams, and it's not like one score. I'm talking about like beat them. And to me, when you see what we got going on right now, like, yo, I'm happy because now we're a good team and we starting to get national recognition because I see we rank number 9 in the little CBS joint and number 12 on Fox. Walt, what you thinking, Walt?
Oh, man, it was an excellent game in London. You know, wish I got to go, Terry. I hope you had a really good experience there, man. It looks like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm just happy, man. It's our first 3-game win streak since, 2020, guys? That alone is the reason to be happy.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I hope we can keep the streak going, man. We got a nice little bye week. We got to get healed up. We had some players go down before the game. We had one go down during the game. Our guy, Kyler Gordon, who was showing out right before he went down, man. I hated to see him go down because he was having himself a day before that happened. But, man, the guy that really had himself a day was our guy, our quarterback. That's my quarterback. In my T.O. voice, the tears running down my face. Hey, Caleb Williams, man. That dude, hey, let's talk about it, man. We got to talk about Caleb. And, man.
You know what, Sam, before, because we're going to invest a lot of time on Caleb. There's a lot of stuff to go over with him. I want to give a shout-out to one player here. Do it. NFC Special Teams Player of the Week.
Man. Man.
Hey, it's only right, man. It's only right. This man had himself a day as well. 2 touchdowns, 5 catches for 70 yards, man. And,
and he was a snapper.
The 5 successful long snaps, man, as a back. It's the emergency long snapper, man. That's a hard job to do, man. I remember in high school, man, my coach would always tell me, I was a center in high school, by the way, but he would always tell me, you got a long snap. You got to stick to long snapping. You got to stick with long snapping. He was like, dude, he's like, that's an instant scholarship. That's a job that could get you, that can take you further and further, man. We didn't listen, being young and dumb, but hey, Cole stuck with it. Cole did it in high school, he said, and that's why he was the emergency long snapper, and look what it did for him and for our Chicago Bears in this game, man. He stepped it up big time, and rightfully so, he earned the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I had to give it to him this week, man. I've been hard on Cole Kmet all season, and he earned this one here, guys. So I just wanted to give him his comeuppance before we went into Caleb Williams. But speaking on Caleb Williams, here we go.
Woo!
Week 6, 23 for 29, 79.3% completion rate, 226 yards, just shy of 10 yards per completion, 4 tutties, 1 interception. Yes, it was a bad throw.
Yeah.
3 sacks, 56 yards rushing.
And guys, hey, look, it could have been 5 tutties.
No,
six.
Hey, it couldn't be something. That DJ, I'm gonna tell you this. So, man, DJ Moore was so wide open on that play.
Yes.
I mean,
back
so
pylon,
wide open.
back pylon all day.
But he learned from that,
all
though.
day.
He learned from that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he could have had 6 touchdowns that day.
Yep. Because the other to DJ Moore should have been the other recipient of 2 touchdowns in this game. because the pitch pass, the quick pass, well, he fell a few inches short of the goal line where the knee went down, where the elbow went down. If he put that hand down instead of that elbow, it'd have been a touchdown. But hey, we still got a big win. Caleb showed out, and I agree with you, man. The easy one. I was miffed about it. Walt had to calm me down. I got in the chat. We had in our group chat going crazy. Like, we're not about to lose this game throwing balls like this. But
no, sir.
One thing that Caleb needs to work on is just his deep ball accuracy. For some reason, it just hasn't been consistent. But we know that he's going to get that together because the kid is just developing at an astounding rate, man. Astounding rate. Like, it's crazy from week 1 to where he is right now, week 6, man. What do you think about it, Terry?
Yeah. So one of the things that you mentioned is, so you said his deep ball accuracy, and he'll get that down because, I mean, you gotta get him into the rhythm, and I think because he's so used to being sacked that he's like, oh my God, I got time now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I think that he needs to work on is tuck the ball and run, man. I mean, he did it a couple of times, but I guess we got accustomed to Justin Fields taking that thing and running it. But he's not a runner like Justin Fields, so I guess we have to get adjusted to that. But quite honestly, if the play is broken down and you can't do anything with it, take it and run. Mm-hmm. Just take it and run. And I think that's what he has to work on. And I think this is a perfect time because of the bye week. We all see that the Commanders just lost their starting defensive tackle, defensive end, their star player. So we should actually have him work on, okay, all right, if everything breaks down, all your reads are there, but nothing is there, run, take off.
Yep.
So he has to work on that. But and we got to keep in mind, like, this is what his 6th game as a in the NFL. So it comes with territory because if you look at other players' games that have been in the Hall of Fame, like Peyton Manning, he had an atrocious rookie season. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at some of these NFL players that people are calling out their names, and I have to keep reminding myself this young man is only in his 6th, 7th game of the season, but it'll get better. So I'm excited about it. What you think about that, Will? Because I see you move the camera like 9 times, so I know you ready. You been spinning around and everything else.
Well, I was trying to figure out if Trevor Lawrence was a rookie, if Caleb was the rookie.
Right.
When I'm looking at Lawrence overthrowing and like, man, Gabe Davis did drop a couple, but like when I'm looking at how Lawrence done robbed the bank, so I'm like, dang, man, I feel so good that we got Caleb because seeing him go through his progressions, seeing him just throw darts on top of darts, and like you said, I think he's going to learn from those underthrown deep balls, like Samo was saying earlier, like his deep ball accuracy has been extremely inaccurate the first 6 weeks. Once he gets that more consistent, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm not worried because between Washington, Arizona, New England, their defenses combined are atrocious.
Yeah.
And with Washington losing Jonathan Allen, like the interior pressure, with the exception of the guy they just signed from Alabama. What's his name?
Payne.
Yeah, Deron Payne. Other than Deron Payne, guess what? Like, again, I don't see it being a shootout because I think our defense is going to really get after Jaden Daniels.
Oh, there's going to be a spy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a spy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Caleb is developing at a rate that I'm thoroughly impressed. I saw someone post on Twitter today as far as they posted some of the coaches and players that we owe apologies to. But again, I look at it like this. Shane Waldron, he made adjustments after the first 3 games. DeAndre Swift, he's doing better.
Yes.
But Chris Morgan is doing better with the combinations with the guards, the center. But my thing is, okay, the teams we played, the defenses have been poor at best. I want to see how we play against a Washington, against Detroit, against the Vikings. And then guess what? I'm gonna give them all the praise that's deserved because, like, we're winning the games we're supposed to win.
Exactly.
Like when we looked and did our preseason predictions, at this point after 6 games, I think for the most part it was 4-2, 5-1, with the only game that was in question, the Houston
Was it
Texans.
Houston? Yeah.
And if the play calling would have been like it's been the last 3 weeks, we put up 35 on the Colts, guys. Easy. We left so much meat on that bone. If the adjustments would have been made, like we were saying last year with Luke Gassi, one game earlier with the personnel, with the play calling, we at a minimum we'd be 5-1 right now, tied with Minnesota in first place. And guys, hey, let me tell you something. Did y'all anticipate the NFC North being the top division?
Look,
in all 8 divisions, right? And all 8 you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, did you see the group? You see the group chat I hit y'all with? There's a possibility that every team in the NFC North can make the playoffs.
Yeah, very well.
Absolutely.
You know what? Well, before we get too far into this, I just want to give a quick shout out to the guys in the chat. Ant-Mess brought up a very good point. He said the O-line is playing a little better without Nate Davis.
You think?
A lot better.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
So, it really feels like the experiment is done, and he'll
Trade
probably
bait
be gone next year.
Well, tell Ant-Man we're praying. We got our fingers crossed that in the next couple of days we get late breaking news that because the Jets, they need linemen worse than a dead man need a casket. So if we see, and I know the Jets saying that they're not going to trade Hassan Reddick to an NFC team, but I think that's bullshit because I know they want to give up a high draft pick to the Eagles. But if somebody come with a 4 for a third, I don't see them not taking that. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't see them not taking that because I don't see an AFC team right now for the most part that's willing to part with any capital for Hassan Reddick. But it's several NFC teams that we know of that need another edge rusher. And like me and Samo discussed, I wouldn't mind getting Hassan Reddick or one of these other top edge rushers, if nothing else, just to keep him from Detroit. Because Detroit, they don't have any edge.
Anybody. Hell, Detroit called me today, asked me, can I suit up? I told them I'm good.
Hey, they need you, baby. They need you.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, because a couple of times I know we sent pressure. I know Kyle Gore, like the way they masquerade those nickel blitzes and corner blitzes. Like if you bring in a Hassan Reddick or a Crosby or a Myles Garrett, and I know the Garrett and Crosby probably is a little bit more far fetched. That really would mitigate a lot of those corner blitzes that we're seeing. And don't get me wrong, they're working, they're getting pressure, they're causing interception. But man, I just feel more comfortable when we're playing Minnesota and Detroit and Green Bay. If I see Hassan Reddick or one of these top tier edge guys coming and applying that pressure and allowing our back seven to feast, guys.
Yeah, definitely. And, guys, a couple things here. I just want to back up to Dennis Mooney's comment. It says, the Bears are no longer one-dimensional. The offense has teeth. Welcome to the new balanced Bears, fellas. Bear down. He's exactly 100%
balanced
correct.
Bears. I like that. The balanced Bears.
Yeah, and it's something we're going to have to get used to as we go through the season. It's not the old, Justin Fields going to tuck and run. Our quarterback is looking to throw first, throw second, throw third, and then maybe once everyone's gone, he'll run down the field a little bit.
Yeah,
it's strange for us as Bears fans. I hate to say it.
Yeah, and like I said, we have luxury. Like our run game is pretty good. It's so good that we take. I know we taking trade offers for Khalil Herbert. We have to.
Absolutely. And man, not only Khalil Herbert, man, there's some other guys on this roster we can move on from as well, man. I don't want to start screaming out names just yet. We'll say that for another show, but there definitely
we some near the end of the show, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we definitely have some tradable players, man. If especially given the right price that we can part ways with, man. And still have good depth. And that's the key to it too, because our depth was tested this week in our secondary, and we had guys step up. So we want to maintain our depth at certain positions, especially in the secondary and those positions that are more susceptible to injury. But man, guys, I want to just go back to Caleb for a second, man, because man, like Terry said, you know, I would like to see his internal clock speed up a little bit, you know, and because there are some times where our offensive line was blocking for like 5 seconds, 5, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you gotta run. You gotta go get the yardage that you can, you know, because at that point in time, your internal clock has to say like, hey, these guys aren't going to hold up. Either there's going to be a holding call coming, or I'm about to get hit. Let me get out of here. So I would like to see that happen a little bit more. But to Walt's point, I also love that Caleb's first, second, and third mentality is to find someone downfield. And even when he's scrambling out to the right and he had all this field, I'm telling my son, I said it to my son, he's going to find somebody open. That's too much sideline for him. And he finds Cole Kmet streaking, and it was just like, that's a thing of beauty, man, that you don't see from a lot of quarterbacks. And I say that to say, like, not only is Caleb good, guys, I really think that he might be that generational great talent that, you know, everyone said he was, man, for multiple reasons, man, I'm seeing things that he's doing in these games. His ability to diagnose defenses already in 6 weeks and recognizing the blitz and, you know, knowing where to go with the ball right away, his poise in the pocket, his ability to throw on the run, that quick release, the arm angles which he's throwing with, the accuracy, not only the accuracy, but I love it. And I said this in the preseason, his ball placement, putting balls where only his wide receiver can get it in when he needs to, or, you know, putting it in front of the players so that they get the opportunity to keep running and get the yak. You know, his ability to scramble. His ability to scramble is also on display this week, man. We haven't seen that in his game, but we saw it this week. And, you know, he gets down and protects himself, you know, before he gets hit. You know, he knows. I like that. Yeah.
That slip and slide drill worked.
Yeah.
You know, I like how he slid right on the 50-yard line at that last game. He slid right there at the 50. He could have ran probably a good 5 to 7 yards, but exactly. he made his point right there and said, I'm going to stop in the middle of the field.
I ain't mad at you, Caleb. We need you. I don't want you to get hit, and I don't want you to get hurt. Like, that's just being a smart football player, man. You know, you live to continue to play another day, man. Man, all those things just make me feel like, man, Caleb's going to be a special quarterback, man. And, you know, what do you guys think about that? That's just, man.
Yeah, Walt got something.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to bring up how he stacked up against the rest of the NFL in terms of quarterbacks. Number one, an adjusted completion percentage in the entire NFL at 95.8. All right. Number one in big time throw percentage. No one even came close. Number one in completion percentage. Tied for first in touchdown pass. He could have got more. All right. Now, in terms of his quick throws, he had the best passer rating in the entire NFL with 139.3. And his overall time to throw was third with only 2.83. We're not used to that. Right?
Not at all.
Hell, I'm not used to anything from the quarterback position for the most part. You know,
from the offense.
From the offense. The quarterback, Justin has moments, and so did Mitch Trubisky, I guess, when he made the Pro Bowl, but
yeah. But nothing at this rate, though. Nothing has looked like this. We haven't looked this good since the Mark Trestman days when he came onto the team, and you know the offense was humming at that point. We were putting up a lot of points at that point in time, but the defense was bad then, and the culture on the team was bad then. This feels different. It looks different.
Yeah, you know, I just come back from London, so nothing tickled my fancy.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, Will, I want to get back on we'll go back to Caleb in just a second. I wanted to address your Hassan Reddick's comments about not going to the AFC and the Eagles possibly giving up a second round pick. At this point, are you really going to trade him to the AFC just to make your job harder to getting into the playoffs and getting ahead in that game too? So you got to ask yourself, is it really worth, is that 2026 second round pick really worth it at the end of the day? Because you're going to get some form of compensation back from the NFC team.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, we talked about Hassan Reddick. I think we could probably proud Max Crosby from the Raiders, but we got to give up that second round draft pick because that's technically a first round draft pick because that Carolina pick is looking more and more brighter for a trade bait. So if the Chicago Bears is willing to give up that first round, that second round, we'll call it 1.5 round draft pick for Max Crosby, I say take it, and they can get Khalil Herbert too. And take Khalil Herbert with you.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey,
Yes.
and I've been looking at that because I know they said this year in the draft, edge is, but all of the guys they had going first round, when you go look at their numbers in college right now, to me, for the most part, everyone have disappointed up until this point.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
They have underwhelmed to the 10th power. So I'm like, look, we're in a window with Caleb on his rookie contract to compete right now, guys.
Right now.
So I'm like, go get Max Crosby because
Yeah.
when Devontae Adams left, he said publicly, look, if
We're a
Devontae
package
leaves,
deal.
we're a package deal.
He said, I want out.
I want out. He said it. So I'm like, look, he's a complete player. He can rush the pass. He can stop the run. He has a high. You put Crosby and Sweat
Montez
together.
Sweat.
Oh my God, guys!
Hang it up.
You can hang. Look, Vikings. Cause see, I saw the stat with Jordan Love. With Jordan Love pressured, his percentage drops tremendous, like 15%, from like 73% to 23% completion. Like, to me, I don't know. I don't know if y'all been watching, but he throw passes in the triple cut. That, to me, that should be luck. They should be picks.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if we got another edge rusher, because at this point, Gervon Dex is doing a great job, and we could kick DeMarcus Walker inside on passing down. Big Bill handling business on the interior at the nose. So I'm like, man, we get one more edge. And I'm like, Darryl Taylor, that's not gonna stop his consistency either, because you gotta rotate him in. And he's on special team as well. So I'm like, and then that gives Austin Booker time to develop. Like, you need 4 good quality edge or ends that's gonna consistently get pressure on the quarterback. And I'm like, look, you bring in Crosby. Oh my God! I'm telling you guys.
Playoffs. So I seen something in the chat. Somebody says Crosby equals playoffs.
Hands down. Did y'all look? I've already sent y'all New Orleans, guys. It's already planning mode right now.
Yeah.
You bring,
like you said.
Look, you bring in Crosby, guys. Look, we in New Orleans, but we're gonna be in New Orleans watching Caleb go against Pat Mahomes. Because I'm not scared of nobody in the NFC right now, including Green Bay, Detroit, and Minnesota.
Minnesota is the only team right now that I think is hitting on all cylinders, man. But they showed themselves last week to be beatable, before they had their bye week. So they got some things to clean up. But man, like you all say, we can never have too many edge rushers. Shout out to Dennis Moody. Playoffs equals, Crosby equals a playoff run. We're going deep into the playoffs, man.
Yes,
and I think that it's absolutely possible, man. And I think right now, at this point in time, Brian Poles has to go and assess the team, which he has this entire week to do, and say, look, we're good. We're a good team right now. We've proven that by beating the bad teams, and we beating them bad. Our season is going to get tougher as it goes on. The meat of the season is coming up when we start to face the Green Bay Packers in 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now. So what can we do to get better? What can we do to get better? And adding a pass rusher to the caliber of Max Crosby would absolutely make us better. I personally don't think that don't think they're going to do it. Now, I don't think they'll trade Max Crosby after trading Devontae Adams.
They're not going to do anything in the division.
They're not. But how you sell that to your fan base? If you were a Raiders fan and you just lost your best offensive player 1 week and then you lose your best defensive player in the same season, like that, I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed as a Raiders fan. I don't know if they'll be able to overcome that because they don't have much to work with over there.
They traded Khalil Mack and they didn't have any pass rush, and they traded him.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. They traded the best pass rusher in the game at that point in time. So anything is possible. You're right. Anything is possible. I would love to have Max Crosby over Reddick just because Max Crosby is a dog, man.
And he's playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't want to throw cold water on you guys' fire here, but Randomant's kind of correct. The Raiders ownership did come out and say that they are not going to trade Max Crosby at this moment. However, if they go through these next 3 games and they lose all 3, which is entirely possible, that tune may change.
The trade deadline would already been passed by then, though. The next 3 games.
It's November 9th, so it'd be
November 5th is the trade deadline. Well, we got a couple weeks. November 5th.
Yeah. So they still have another couple of games to get in before that happens.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but I'll tell you what, they need a running back.
They need a running back, and he can force his way out. And Luke Getsy knows Khalil Herbert. Luke Getsy knows Khalil Herbert very well, so I'm sure
we got a running back, and we give up that 2nd round draft pick. And if we got to throw in a 4th round, we'll do that too.
Shit, we'll throw in Nate Davis. Go ahead and take that.
Well, there you go. Keep the party going.
Keep the party going. Keep it going.
We don't usually do this, but
they don't know that.
Keep the party going.
No, I don't know about that, Terry.
I don't know.
And look, in next year's draft, we'll load up on interior alignment. We'll load up on a couple centers. Hey, we'll have about 8, 9 picks. Because I'm gonna be honest. Hey, Russell Wilson he ain't gonna last the next 3 games. So Justin will be back.
No. And the Bears are going to trade back in the 1st round too. Quite honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see them trade back.
Yeah, because this draft is going to be about getting the pay of the players to fit the like literally. This will be the last year to complete the rebuild. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you can trade back and get top tier linemen,
that's what we need.
That's what we need.
Mm-hmm. And I think Scholes makes a good point here before we get off Max Crosby, because owners don't dictate trades, players do. Just ask Devontae Adams. He's 100%.
Fact.
And Riddick about to be the same way. So they already told him he could go look for a trade.
Yeah, but Max Crosby says he wants his way out.
Hey, the money they got earmarked for Riddick, Devontae Adams getting it.
Yeah, he just took it.
Yeah, he just took it. He don't have a choice. He got to find a new home.
Yeah.
So what do you just get back on the Bears real quick on Sunday? What do you guys think of the defense as a whole? I know at least I briefly mentioned Jalen Jones and Elijah Hicks stepping up, and they did a big way.
Well, to be honest with you, okay, out of Elijah Hicks, Jalen Jones, and Josh Blackwell, I would rank it Hicks, because he made a big hit on Gabe Davis, even though he'd already dropped that touchdown, but that hit that Hicks made on him just solidified it. But to me, out of that 3, Blackwell balled out. Jalen Jones was getting picked on early and often. All those quick passes, notice none of those went towards Jalen Johnson's side. Every one of them was going towards Jalen Jones.
Yeah, and Blackwell got the interception too, didn't he?
Blackwell got the
interception.
So that confirms and validates what Samuel said earlier with and remember, guys, we cut Greg Stroman. Terrell Smith is injured. So the secondary is deep. We cut Adrian Colbert. The secondary is deep. So we do have, because think about it, a lot of secondaries right now in the league are just, man, they are beat up.
They're struggling.
So
they're on the struggle bus.
So I know Samo didn't want to name no name, but I will. You know, like
name him.
Hey, Terrell Smith come back. To me, you know, Jalen Jones could potentially be expendable when Terrell Smith comes back.
Absolutely. If teams call for these players, then I think that you got to consider it, especially depending on what you're getting in return.
Right. Because it's a lot of teams, right? Like we're at that pivotal we're at the pivotal point right now where we're in a good position, and then coming off the bye, guys, we got the Commanders, which I know me and Terry going. Hopefully, I can get y'all two to go as well. Then we got the Patriots at Soldier Field. I'm going to that. Then we got, I think, is it the Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals before Patriots. Cardinals, then Patriots.
Come on. Hey, guys, we 7-2, baby. By then, because I think Detroit and Minnesota play each other at least once. I haven't looked at Green Bay's schedule, but at the end, like everybody else in the NFC are beating each other up. From the 49ers and Seahawks to the Buccaneers, the Falcons and Saints, and then the Eagles and well, we ain't gonna talk about the Cowboys, because the Cowboys right now, they just a train wreck. Like I'm gonna be honest, guys. I wouldn't mind trying to pry Michael Parsons up out of there, because it's a train wreck.
He was last week. He didn't play.
He got a high ankle sprain. He got a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, and the Cowboys got a bye week this week too.
Yeah, they got a bye week, but after that bye week, you can say bye-bye, because other than the Panthers, I don't see them beating nobody else in the next 6 weeks on that schedule. The fact, like they got a gruesome schedule.
They sure do.
They do. Yeah, they do.
So when you think about how all these other teams in the NFC, and y'all are right, there's potential for 4 teams in the North to make the playoffs. And as crazy as it sounds, hey, Detroit, they humming. The Packers, they look good. The Vikings look good, and we look good. So at the end of the day, until division play starts, that'll give us the true assessment on the back end of our schedule when we play Green Bay twice, the Vikings twice, and the Lions twice. Then we got to play Seattle and the 49ers. That 8-game stretch right there, it's going to give us a true. And we finish 4-4. That'll still put us at 11-6, I believe.
Yep. I think we can hit at least 10-7, and I think that the ceiling is 11-6 right now for this team. For sure.
God, if the defense is playing at a high level right now.
We need another pass rusher, man. When I watched that game, and you know, it's different when you see it live, man. We need another pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way of getting around it. I mean, I know we got young potential. Austin Booker's, you know, he's a rookie, so I know he could do great things. But honestly, man, sometimes I didn't see a pass rush for like 2 series. Yeah, that we should have been rushing Trevor Lawrence, and he was just back there picking us apart.
Because we chose to rush 4 players. Hey, when we chose to rush 4, when we choose to rush 4 players, and we don't stunt, then the defensive line stall. They stall out. Nobody was winning their one-on-ones. That includes Montez Sweat, man, who I think is a little injured or something, man, because his playing time is down, man. His production is down. And but when we choose to rush just 4, like, we don't look too good, man. But when we do all our stunning and you know we bring some blitzes, then we get home easily. But man, we got to be better with rushing just 4, especially when it gets down to playing these really good quarterbacks. You know, because we're not gonna be able to afford to keep bringing the blitz against really good quarterbacks, because like Caleb Williams, they're gonna know where to throw the ball to. They're gonna recognize it. They're gonna drop the passes off, and they just gonna slowly push the ball down the field when we do that. So I agree with Terry, man. We got to do something with our defensive line. Maybe if we can't get a guy on the outside, a dominant interior guy, I don't know who's available, but Pose, make the calls, figure it out, baby, because it's not looking too good.
Well, I mean, like you were saying, Terry and Samo, you really got to look at the pass rush, man, because the thing that's popping up for me is when you pull up the more advanced metrics and look at like quarterback pressure percentage. Last week, the Bears were in the bottom 10 of the league. They're at 30%.
That's what I'm saying.
They're only 15th overall in the entire season. And if you look at their time to pressure too, and as an average, we're 29th at 2.5 seconds.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not great. So there's something.
You see it on the games. You see it.
Yeah.
It shows up on the field now, and especially with Terry being there, I know he's just like, come on, somebody get free. Somebody get to the man.
Me and everybody else that was there on the Bears, because it was more Bear fans than anything. I think there were more people that Bear fans than there were people that live in England.
Probably.
That's what it felt like. I mean, I'm telling you, everywhere you turn, there was a Bear fan. Airport, hotel, shopping mall. There were Bear fans. Nice.
Yeah, the Bear fan definitely stimulated the London economy that weekend. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it because I had to make sure son was taken care of with Hurricane Milton. But we represented quite well, and I didn't have to worry about no pounds being spent.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, I told Samo, shit, hey, I'm gonna take that money for London. Yeah, that'll cover 4 games right there.
I swear. He was yelling out them numbers. I'm like, nah, Will, it ain't worth it. I'm like, it ain't worth it, dog. Nah.
Hell no.
Like, you waited. He's like, you can wait it. Nah, don't do it. Like, good thing you did, though, because like you said, the hurricane came. You had to take care of home with your boy, man. So that's good, man. But man, just the defense again, man, as a whole, man. Guys, I know we talked about this early in the preseason. Guys coming in, making plays, man. I got to say it again, man. The culture on this team is set and it's alive and well. like, man, the leadership on this team amongst the players, like, there's a standard that has been set for guys who come in on the second. You know, if you're a backup, you better be ready. You better know your assignment, and you come in and you play well. And that showed, man, and that's what good teams have, man. They have that depth, and you see guys coming in, and the coach is showing that, you know, I'm ready. I'm prepared for this moment. Now we had Amen Agbang Bamiga.
He balled out when he got his opportunity.
This man comes in and intercepts the ball, man. This guy plays less than 10 snaps. Comes in, you know, and he knows his assignment. He reads the quarterback's eyes and gets an interception. Same thing for Josh Blackwell, you know. And even our guy we just talked about, what's the other one? Jalen Jones. He had a decent game, man. Like, he had to get picked on. You know, he was a backup. He had to get picked on. He was going to give up some yards. He didn't give up a lot of touchdowns, though. You know, he didn't give up a lot of big plays. So, man, I think he handled his business in this game. And that's good to see, man. That's a winning culture when you have guys that come in as backups and they step it up. We saw it last week on the offensive side as well when we saw what was his name? Bill
Murray.
Bill Murray comes in and he's lighting guys up, knocking guys down. You know, we saw Matt Pryor come in as a backup. You know, the culture on this thing, that just says a lot about the culture. So I'm gonna have to give a big salute to Matt Eberflus for that, at least. You know, I know we've been hard on him. I have. Like, I still don't think he's a great coach. I don't think he's a great coach, but he's established a really good culture there. You can't take that away from him. Like, the culture. He's
fortunate to have some great players on his team.
Yeah, you know, I gotta give another shout out to Elijah Hicks for breaking up that first touchdown pass.
And Hicks, that was a good breakup. Yep, I forgot about Hicks.
And he got the fumble recovery too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kid had a big game. I mean, he's not a kid, you know, he's a man. But he went out there and did exactly what he was asked to do.
So look, man, and our defense playing with a league. You see, when we get a league, we talked about this in the preseason as well. You know, our defense playing with a league is going to be a problem for this entire NFL. You know, because if we're scoring points and you become one-dimensional as an offense and you have to pass, you're not going to march the ball downfield on us passing at all. You know,
because
we're going to get a turnover or something.
Yeah, because their running game the week before it was pretty decent. You know, ATN and Bigsby, but Chicago pretty much shut them down for the most part. They've had like
-1.
Yeah,
and he was out for the game. And look, we got to give TJ Edwards a shout out with the peanut punch.
TJ,
oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Don't forget the peanut punch that caused the fumble. That
and Peanut was there too. You should have saw the look on his face when they mentioned it. Yeah, he was right there, man. It was hype, man. It was all, you know, it was all good seeing that.
It's great to see that, stuff, man. We got to get Peanut in the Hall of Fame this year, baby.
yeah, we'll be back in Canton again if he's there. And Lance Briggs.
And Lance, yes, sir.
And Olin Cruz.
You know, the big thing with the offense was we just didn't have a run game to start the year, and it showed.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You going to fast forward to last week, you know, we're 5th overall in the entire league in terms of their average rushing yards per play.
Yeah.
5.2 yards a play. I mean, that wasn't there. That opens up an entire section of the playbook we didn't have in weeks 1 and 2.
Yeah. And shout out to not just Swift, but Roshan's been running that rock too. He actually saved us on 2 plays where we was 3rd down, and it could have been 4th down when he was about to stumble. He kept his balance and ran that and got the 1st down. And then he did something very similar when he kind of tipped the ball to himself and caught the ball, and you know, and got us another 1st down. So the running backs are, you know, they're making their way for it. We got 2 good running backs. Homer comes back, so I think that's going to make Khalil Herbert expendable. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because right now you have 2 really good running backs. You don't need Khalil Herbert right now.
Yeah,
there's no place for him.
He's playing kick returner, man. You know, so he's finding his way on the field. You know, but I mean, if you got an opportunity to trade him for somebody that can help the team out, not saying that he can't help the team, but you know, come on, man, you got to do it. I mean, there's no way of getting around it. I mean, I'm glad this is the bye week, and you, like you mentioned before, Samo, Poles is going to be evaluating everything to the moment. The Commanders, we play them next week. So they actually have a game this week. So that kind of helps us out too, to kind of see what we need to work on, what we need to see, because I don't wish injuries on nobody, but they got a game before they play us. You never know what happened after that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Caleb,
you can see how they're going to make up for that loss in Jonathan Allen too.
Yeah.
What they're going to be able to, what they're going to do now to accomplish.
And Caleb is going home. He's from the DMV.
Well, watch the defense is already trash, but and then losing Allen, like we torched them last year. We put up 40 on them, and we did that with justice. So I expect 40 again. Because Kyler Gordon, he should come back healthy. Jaquan Brisker should come back healthy. Like you said,
Zach Pickens should be coming back now.
I hope so.
He's been out the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, we need him.
Pickens.
We need.
He's out that bye week. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he do come back. It's about time. It's time to hear that name being called. But I don't know. We're gonna see what happens with these next 2 weeks. Well, really, I want to see what's gonna happen this week, because if we were to make a trade, this would be a good week to do it, where Joker could come in and
get acclimated to the system.
And get acclimated to the system. Look, that one read offense that Jaden Daniels running with Cliff Kingsbury. When you look at all the team they done play, our defense is better than every one of them teams, guys. So at the end of the day, look, he gonna have some hawks on his ass.
They putting a spy on him. They putting a spy on him.
Look, Terry McLaurin. Oh, you ain't running up against no scrub ass corner like you was told the last couple weeks. JJ about to put belt to ass cheeks on you. I'm gonna tell you.
And
right
Stevenson gonna be back.
we putting belt to ass, man. But that boy, he did play well last week against Baltimore Ravens, though.
Yeah, but Baltimore
don't have a good secondary. They got good linebackers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the game. I just saw that he kept them in the game. He kept them in that game. So that's the only thing I saw.
I mean, the whole opening segment from CBS was Tony Romo just glazing on Jaden Daniels and how the Baltimore defense was just terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you guys on that one, but I don't want to throw crap on Jaden Daniels. I think he's a good kid, but did he show something like that just was out of the ordinary? Not really. He was good, but it wasn't over the top, right?
Yeah,
and our defensive speed is going to be LSU. Yeah, I loved him at LSU. I actually thought that he was the most pro-ready quarterback coming out of college. We are more pro-ready than Jalen, just because of the offense that he came out of, and seeing what he did there. But I think the speed of our defense is something that he hasn't faced. We got speed at every position. Linebackers are fast, corners are fast, and they'll come up and they'll hit you. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot harder for him to run on us, and let alone pass on this defense as well. So we've been disguising things well. We got a really good secondary.
Yeah, and they don't need to sleep on Carolina. Carolina might beat them this week. All jokes aside, the Panthers might beat them.
They hungry. The Panthers are hungry. They've been playing. They've been competitive. They've been competitive the past few weeks. Yeah. So except against us.
They've been trying, but it's one of those tough games. It's like you want the Commanders to lose just because you're going to play them next week, but you also want the Panthers to lose because we got their second round pick. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, don't worry. The Carolina Panthers ain't gonna win too many more games, so they can win this one this week, but they ain't winning many more.
Right. I don't care who wins it, man. I want Carolina to lose. To lose more than I want Washington to lose, just because I know that we need that draft pick. Now, no, it's not going to matter. We still going to stop the Washington Commanders when we get to Washington next week. The NFL's already moved that game back to afternoon.
4:25.
Yep, so that's going to be a damn good game, man, to see those two quarterbacks go up against each other. But I'm looking for another blowout, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for another 30. Let's get a 40 burger, man. Can we get a 40 burger this week, man? Where everything is hitting on all cylinders, because I know we talk about our division, man, and our division being really good. But if you look at the teams from week to week, our arrow is the one that's going up, and it's going up fast. Everyone else is going down a little bit. Detroit just their secondary is not good. They just lost the best pass rusher in the game this year. So, that automatically brings them down. Their offense is their offense, guys. I mean, it's Jared Goff. It's a pretty vanilla offense. Brown. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't believe in Jared Goff that much. And we play whenever he faces the Chicago Bears, we put it on him. So I'm expecting that to happen again. Minnesota, they struggled in their last game to win their last game. So,
and they just signed Cam Akers again.
They just signed Cam Akers, which means that what's the name must be out for a while.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is still questionable. I heard they were going to put him on IR though, but they haven't made an official decision yet. I hope not, because he's on my fantasy team.
Well, it looks like he's going on IR, Walt. You might.
That's what I'm saying, Walt. You're gonna have to go find. You gotta go find.
I picked up that running back out of Tampa Bay. What the hell is
his name? Bucky Irvin, Chi-Town, baby.
No, the other one, the one that had the big game Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
Yeah. I figured he could fill in for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
cool. But man, and then Green Bay, Jordan Love, like Will said, man, that dude, he can't face pressure. He doesn't do well with pressure. We're gonna pressure you. If we bring our blitzes, they're effective. Guys usually cover well. We get tip balls. And we make plays. So I'm looking forward to playing them as well. So man, everyone else's arrow is. No team is looking as bright as the Bears right now in our division. I'll say that.
Right.
And
everybody's talking about the Bears.
Yep. And Caleb has been good, but he has so much room for improvement. Like we just talked about the deep ball accuracy, and even our play caller, Shane Waldron, he's been good, but he's getting better every week. Every week we see Shane getting better. He started this game out slow. Those first 6 plays, we were all miffed.
I was mad. I was ready to walk back.
Yeah, we were like, what is about to happen in this game? But then he picks it up, man, and he called a damn good game. Man, some of those play calls were pretty damn amazing. So, man, I'm looking forward to facing this division.
And didn't you say, if I can remember correctly, Samuel, you said one of the breakout players for this game is going to be Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen.
Look what he got.
He got the 2. Yep, I did. I definitely said Keenan Allen. It was his time. And they got to keep Keenan happy. And I think, man, Keenan loves this team, man. I'm almost willing to say that we might get Keenan back on a discount next year, man.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to be a star player.
I'm thinking 2 year, $15 million.
Yeah, man. If we can get him back on a discount, man, then I think he'll be willing to come back because he sees the potential in this team. We're only going to get better. Like after this offseason, we fill in the gaps. Get us some good role players on the offensive line, and then in other places where we need them. Land next year, man, we are a Super Bowl caliber team.
If we have a deep playoff run, he'll be a fool to leave.
Oh yeah. He would be a fool to leave a good situation, and it's a step into another situation that's going to be an unknown, especially. Yeah. So
good call on Keenan Allen, because he got them 2 tutties, man. I like his little tea celebration he had down.
That was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, they said I was able to record one of the touchdowns, man. So I was like, I'm glad I was just sitting there with my camera. I just hit the button. I said, whatever happens, happen. And he caught a touchdown.
Hey, both of them touchdowns were well-placed balls, man. Like,
man, first took the words out of my mouth.
Hey, the first one on that linebacker on the off shoulder, man, that was pinpoint.
Man,
Kenny did an excellent job, body control catch, and then that quick fade, man. Look, man. He is so awesome on intermediate route, and he's a good security blanket for Caleb. He, like you said, he got great rapport with DJ, with the wide receiver group. I see a lot of people online trying to figure out what's going on with Tyler Scott, and I'm like, look, he can't get on the field because you got Keenan Allen, you got and DeAndre Carter returning kicks and punt. Then you got DJ Moore and you got Rome. So
and then Bayless is still a healthy scratch.
Well, but we know why though.
Yeah.
It's just hard to trust things.
It's not even that. It's just there's no room for some of these people.
Yeah. No,
there's no room. But I also can't trust him. I also don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't know if coaches trust. I don't trust him not to fumble in a critical situation in a game. Like if it's not like in garbage time, I think that we do need to start implementing, getting Bailey some carries though to see what he could be as a running back. I will say that.
Tyler Scott.
And Tyler Scott. Yeah, we do need to see what we have because there's no telling if we'll need them later in the season. So, the best preparation is on the football field. And you're not going to be prepared for a game on your practice. And that showed too. We weren't prepared to play. If we'd have played more in the preseason, we would have started this season a lot faster. You know what I mean? And I think we'll be 6-0 right now. We could easily be 6-0 right now. Easily.
I agree.
But we just weren't prepared. But the coaches made their decision, and Caleb wasn't prepared for the moment. The offensive line, we didn't know what they were going to be until they actually had to face real defenses. So, man, that has to be a learning moment for Matt Eberflus and the coaching staff. Like, man, we have to be better prepared with the preseason. Use those games, man, because we did the same thing last year when we started the season out slow. And we got to start the season out fast, a little bit faster, man. So, the best way to do that is to actually play games. Practice is practice. Everybody look good in practice. Yeah, everybody looks good in practice.
Yeah.
When you get to that game is when you know who's a really good player. So
That's right.
Yeah. We haven't really touched on the offensive line too much tonight. And one of the things that really jumped out to me was the interior work this week. They allowed only 2 pressures this entire game, and they all fell on one person, Matt Pryor.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad on his part, but it was something that we talked about throughout the preseason that we didn't know what the interior was going to give us. We didn't know about Coleman Shelton, who I'll admit was complete garbage at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if Matt Pryor is going to be playing much longer though. Walt, I think Ryan Bates is going to be back soon. Matt Pryor lacks athleticism, man. He's a big dude, man. He's a power player. And he's extremely tall and long. But he just doesn't have the great athleticism, great footwork, great movement skills that you want from a guard. But he's serviceable right now, and he's doing his thing. He's keeping our quarterback up for the most part in the football game. So I'm not going to poo-poo on him too much, but I agree. We can be better at right guard. We need to be better at right guard. Yeah. And the center is playing better, but he hasn't faced anyone over the past few weeks. Now, when in the next couple of weeks, we're about to go up against some good interior defensive linemen. So we really need to see what we have.
Who's he up against next time?
Jerron Payne.
But I think with Jerron Payne, we're probably gonna see a lot of combo blocking between either Pryor and Shelton or Shelton and
have to.
Because he's really the only threat on that line that could potentially, give Caleb some problems. Like I'm not worried about the edge rushes I'm just not. They're gonna probably try to do a lot of blitzing. Watch out for my kid Frankie Louvu. But other than that, like I'm not scared of the Commanders' defense. I'm really not.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah. I'm not afraid of their defense at all. I think we'll be prepared. We'll be well prepared for them, man. Our offensive line just want to get healthy. You know what I mean?
This bye week is great, man. I'm glad that we're able just to, just kind of just relax and take it all in.
Relax and enjoy it. I was happy to see, people have been knocking on Tev all year about his availability, but he hasn't missed any games.
And he got that fumble recovery too.
Yeah,
for us.
That's his second major fumble recovery of the year. Mm-hmm. We saw one earlier in the season too. So, he is Johnny on the spot when he's there. And he showed up big these last 2 games. And I think something lit a fire under his ass. Whether it's the new kid, whether it's the extension talks coming up now.
Yes.
We are getting to that point too.
All of the above. All of the above.
Honestly, my concern is shifted to the tackles at this point because they've been serviceable, but not stellar most of the time. Braxton Jones is still having his penalty problems. He's given up 5 pressures last week.
Mm-hmm.
He got credited with his first sack. I know he was doing good on that all season. And Darnell Wright has been Hasn't been darn all right this year. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah,
He's been down there wrong. That's what's been going on.
Yeah, they both
but
been
he'll get better. He's in his second year too. But I'm hoping that this bye week kind of just gives everybody some type of rejuvenation, you know.
Shout out to King Booker World. This is where, hey, put up King Booker World's comment. Hey, Braxton Ski Jones. That's exactly what Braxton is. He's out there on skis, man, the entire game. Like he's always getting pushed back into Caleb's lap or pushed around Caleb.
I'm talking about
struggling, man, to face those bull rushes, dog. I don't know what it is, man. He got to get it better with that. Like I know he never engages his legs, man. He just tries to absorb a bull rush, but dude, you just get knocked back into the quarterback.
Man, Jared Verse exposed him so bad, man.
Man, yeah. Now he's going to face this week after week after week after week.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm looking at the top left tackles and that's coming out next year, because if we can get an edge rusher now, I'm all about it. And then
it ain't a sexy pick, and I don't even care. Get you a left tackle and get you some linemen. I don't even care.
Yeah, got to get that left tackle. We got to protect the quarterback. You got to protect the
because as you can see, look, with linemen, they gonna go down. They gonna get hurt. So, man, next year's draft, and we see anything less than 5 linemen, and I'm talking about left tackle. I'm talking about a left guard, right guard. That's 4 right there.
Yep.
That's 4. And if we somehow get that running back from Boise State, oh my God.
They should, man. They'll have the opportunity to get them. Man, the Bears they'll have so much flexibility with this year's draft, simply because we have some solid pieces already. Like you said, I would like to have another left tackle, but who's to say we don't have our left tackle already in Karan and Megachi? So so the Bears have to figure it out. Like, man, I think we're gonna have a good combination of players that are coming in next year. We get that luxury pick in that running back from Boise. That dude is just a beast right now. He's tearing up the college football league right now.
And shout out to Karan's family. His parents were sitting right behind me.
Oh, really?
His family was there, man. They had his jersey on and everything, and it was just a proud moment because I saw when Karan came over and waved his hand to his family, and I looked at his family like they were right behind me. But just the look on his family's face with pride, man, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Because he was like, look, I made it. I'm here. And so their whole family had his jersey number on and everything. So shout out to them, too. So that was a good moment right there. So I'm glad that you mentioned his name because I almost forgot to mention that.
Man, that's beautiful that his family even went on took that trip to go out there and support him, too, man.
Yeah.
Because you may not need to look at a left tackle in the draft. Like you said, he could maybe slot right back in.
Well, he said Caleb wouldn't get touched. That's what he said. That's what I remember him for.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got the stones to go out there and say it. Now we just got to let him prove it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Jones, but if he keeps playing the way he's doing, he might play himself out of a job.
Yeah. And that Jones might be a player that we end up trading, man. I don't know.
Especially if Karan's
he
ready.
can start at left. He can start at left tackle, but just not for the Bears, man. Because I don't want to put him on the inside either. So if he's not, I don't think he wants to be a swing tackle at this point in his career either. So if we have to move on from him after this season, then hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. We appreciate your time here. Put him on that. What'd you say? King Booker says he can slide right to the Greyhound. We can drop him off at the Greyhound.
See you.
That's funny. Anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, because this is his contract. This is his contract year too, right? Or does he have one more?
Is this his contract year? I'm not even sure. Well, we gotta look that up. This is 3rd or 4th year. This is his 3rd or 4th year. We gotta look that up though.
Yeah, my time's
if this is a contract year, then man, this is not a good short. No, I think it's his 3rd year because this is our 3rd year to rebuild, and he came in. He was one of Coles' first draft picks. So this is his 3rd season.
He's got one more year left.
He has one more year left next year. Yep, on his contract. But man, anything else you guys want to talk about from the game? I got one more thing I want to just talk about. I know they did all of those press conferences out there, and one of the press conferences with our president, Kevin Warren, talking about the stadium rebuild. And he says he wants to keep it on the lakefront. The focus is on the lakefront. The owner goes and he backs that. He says the same thing. The focus is on the lakefront. They want to place the stadium on the lakefront. What do you guys think about that? Because I got an opinion about it.
I think it's perfect. I love Soldier Field where it is right now. I love the atmosphere. I love just being with the fans, like going to the game. I take the train into Union Station from Aurora, jump on the Soldier Field Express. It's an experience that you just don't get anywhere else, and I don't want to lose that.
Yeah, when you think of Chicago, man, you think of the Bears, you think of it being on the lakefront, whatever. Now they're gonna have to put a dome there. We already know that. That's gonna have to be a dome. But it's crazy because the people that were sitting to the right of me, they from Arlington Heights.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and they were like, "Look, we want it there." You know what I mean?
Absolutely, they do. They want their property values to go up.
Yeah. So they wanted there. It was funny that we talked about that, but like Walt said, man, I think it's just stay in Chicago. You think of the Chicago Bears, man. You just put a dome, get the team a dome, so that way you can make your money back. You get Super Bowls, you get NCAA conferences, you get all these soccer matches, you get everything because you have a dome.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So absolutely have to have a dome. What do you think, Will?
Well, I'm an Arlington Heights guy, so I'm still.
I want you to hear that.
I'm still locked in Arlington Heights, but because it's already it's a nightmare already on the lakefront. So I'm just looking at parking. Like I don't know.
That's because you down there, you see Jerry's World. That's why you say that, because you see Jerry's World down there in Dallas. But this is the thing for me, though, man. I've been pro lakefront from the get-go, simply because the Chicago experience is going to be on the lakefront. You're not going to get the Chicago experience out in Arlington Heights. And to my point, all of the players, all of the reporters, everyone who I heard report from the game in London, which the game wasn't in London. The game was an hour and a half away from London. And everyone was talking about it's too much traffic. I only went to London for one day for a couple of hours or something. That's the same thing that's going to happen if we get the Final Four and all of these teams to come into Chicago. They don't get the Chicago experience. Even the fans who are going to the game are probably going to stay at hotels closer to Arlington Heights, and then it's going to be hard for them to travel back and forth to the city to get the real Chicago experience. You know what I mean? So that's just my point about,
just keeping
keeping it here on the lakefront as opposed to pushing it out there in the suburbs. That's not Chicago. Arlington Heights is not Chicago. You're not going to get the Chicago experience. So no matter if you put Illuminati's, Giordano's, a hotel, the casino, and all that stuff out there, it's still not going to give you the Chicago experience.
Hey, speaking of that London game, you're right. Look, my hotel was 10 miles from the stadium, and it took us an hour and like 5 minutes to get there. Traffic
is terrible. I heard traffic is bad. And the same thing in Chicago. Traffic is getting worse and worse in Chicago, and then there's always construction. So it's always construction year round from Arlington Heights in Chicago at some point.
Hey, you know why it's getting worse and worse downtown. Now I ain't got to tell you. You already know why.
That. Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
No, that's the Chicago Bears Stadium. It's Chicago Bears
sports show.
This is a sports show.
It's a sports show, but that impacts a key piece of our sports show. I'm just saying. And that's another thing.
You got anything else to add?
Yeah,
that's another episode.
You know what, Terry? I got your video from London, so let me pull it up here for everyone. This is the Keenan Allen touchdown.
Front row. Beautiful play, beautiful pass, beautiful catch. One more time.
That was some good footage right there, T.
Let's throw one more time.
Drops it in the bucket.
Right there.
And I heard that was a run play with the option for a fade if it was open, and Caleb saw it open. They won too. Like, oh, I got you, dog. Woo, here you go. So, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of that as the season goes on, man. We know Caleb gonna get the deep passes and everything else cleaned up. Man, we looking good, baby.
And see, that's why I like Keenan Allen. I'm not gonna lie, because he's a nice security player. I think he's healthy now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a third down. He's money. You know what I'm saying? Middle of the field.
Killing on third down.
Yeah, he bailed us out.
Yeah, but you know what, guys? Like, I know we're wrapping up here, so I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that showed up tonight. You know, Plank and Atmos, you know, Jacob here in King Buka World, and even Judah and Dennis Moody and Not Real Hank Aaron. And you know what, Judah? I don't know if you're still listening, man, but your boy Bajan does have a purpose on this team. I will give him that. He goes out there just to kneel down where he belongs.
Yep. Hey, victory for a nation. Victory for a nation.
Hey, Walt, I told you now, Bajan is now my godson, so you know we can't have them Bajan jokes now. You don't look. You know me and Travis like brothers, so Bajan is like my godson now. So
he's a bear, so I'll give him his respect.
Yeah, but he's still kneeling down.
But like I said, he's got a purpose now at least. So there's that.
Hey, Caleb, stop him on the ass. Tell him, hey, go take that knee for me, dog. I'm tired. I've been working. Through 4 of them. I just dropped 4 of them today, man.
Yes, sir.
And look, that's what I'm saying. Look, he probably gonna throw 4 against the Commanders. He gonna throw 4 against the Patriots. He gonna throw 4 against. Like listen at the defense. Got the Cardinals defense trash. The Patriots defense trash, and the Commanders defense trash. Like,
well, I tell you what, he gonna try to stick it more to the Commanders because he been hearing all this stuff about Jaden Daniels, and this is in his hometown. He's coming home, man.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he throws 6 or 7.
Yes,
right?
I would not be surprised.
What's the record? I know Mitch Trubisky has it. Was it 6 touchdowns or 7 in the game?
I thought it was 6.
6. All right, man. Let's get 7 then, baby. Let's get 7.
We could have the first half.
Yep.
If he doesn't do it against Washington, he can definitely do it against New England. They suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Man,
hey, I'm excited, baby. Let's enjoy this time off. And Terry, I know I'm gonna see you in DC. I'm gonna work on Walt. And since Samuel is off for the rest of the year, I'm gonna get him up that old highway because this is a game right here,
man. That's gonna be the game.
I don't know. I might, man. I might have.
This the game right here for real.
Yeah, if I don't do that, what I was saying, I was telling Terry in the green room, the Cardinals, Arizona don't look bad the week afterwards. You know, we there. We're gonna be in Arizona, and then also the 49ers, San Francisco. So, we gotta find one to get to. I gotta get to one.
Let's find one for real because I'm that Arizona, either Arizona or San Fran. I'm interested in that one too.
Well, guess what? That's a done deal. All those are done. Y'all just said so. We just got to figure out who all. We should have 100% attendance, and then let's start working the logistics and the tickets, and we in there.
That's
we can discuss that definitely.
Yeah, because we can Airbnb this thing out to make it a whole lot easier.
Exactly.
And the tickets gonna be dirt cheap for Arizona. They ain't playing like that. You can get them in your grocery bags.
And I'm thinking about doing a giveaway for somebody in the chat.
Hey, come back. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard. Big Willie.
You got the podcast shirts now.
Come on now, let's go.
Big Willie. Big money Willie right there. So he's sending something, bringing somebody to the game with us.
Come on.
Hey,
let's
hit y'all notification buttons to get details.
Come on. That's the key. Notification. Hey, that bell need to be ringing, baby.
Exactly. Make sure you guys are liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Monsters of the Gridiron podcast. We got some good things coming up on the horizon as we continue to dominate this season.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, everybody.
Throw them up.
Calls up.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, bear down.
Bear down.
Squad up. Bear down.